So, what's it? Shall we start? Okay. So let's resume for this last part of the day. I hope you had interesting discussion over lunch and with the posters. So the idea was just to convene again so that if you have further questions, we can answer them, and then after that conclude. So is there any remaining question? Yes. So can you have a microphone? It's better with a microphone.
There was a lot of information. Could we expect that these slides will be sent to us by email, for example, or placed on internet? And also, 2 cameras are filming our, maybe some on YouTube or something like
yes.
we can obtain. Okay.
Yeah. So all the presentations will be put on the website of the event. The webcast was webcast live today, and we had something like 20 persons listening live, and it will remain available on the same site, maybe via YouTube. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it will be available on the Flagera website where this networking day
so
was
anyway, you go to the Flagera website, you will have them. Sure. You will also have the list of registered people on the website. We'll first circulate it to you so that you can double check. We also propose to put the electronic version of the posters on the website, if you agree. Who had a poster among you? So would you be happy to have them on the website? All right. Okay. So we propose to all poster presenters to do this, and we'll implement that except if everyone wants to refuse. We'll not post that one, but for everyone we'll do it. Everyone else? Sorry? Abstracts are or will be soon. We didn't have time to do it before. They will be for sure. Maybe tomorrow or early next week. Yeah, I think about the outcome. And as I repeat, there will also be a partner search tool where you will be able to describe what type of partners you are looking for. Well, describe what you do so that people can find you easier. So there are plenty of ways to network after that. Yes?
Because I think this is really interesting to have the tool to look for partnership.
So the partner search tool, actually the place is already here. If you go on the call page, at the bottom of the page there is here is the partner search tool coming soon. So can you use the microphone?
said what I can do is send an email to all the participants of today when the partner search tool is actually in place, so that you know when to put your information. Okay?
Okay.
You recommended to contact work package leaders to polish your proposal.
Sorry, can you?
Today morning, you said that it is advisable to contact people already working in the flagship to inform them about the form of your proposal so that, that there can be some feedback and polish the proposal, no? It was said.
Polish the proposal is not, no. So we should be precise about that. We encourage contacts in the sense that what you should not do is do a project on your own and think, well, it will be okay later when we'll partner, right? We ignore each other, but that's good for the future. We'll work very well together, especially if we don't know each other. This is not the way to think. The way to think is we want to work with the flagship, so we should know each other. And we should explain in the proposal what type of contacts are there already. Things like this partner has been cooperating with this flagship partner for 10 years doing that, and here are the co-publications. Or we have been set up a new collaboration of that form especially for that project, or this partner is already part of the core project and is involved in our proposal, or whatever. So speak to them. But that doesn't mean that the flagship as a whole will polish, as you said, or verify your proposal. However, a given flagship partner, so if it's a partner of your project, obviously is in good shape, in good position to write the correct thing about the flagship so they could say things like, in this work package in the flagship, this is going on and we can take advantage of it. Does it clarify does it answer?
No, not really, because, I mean, 3 groups from 3 different countries want to apply. None of them has anything to do with the people that are already working in the flagship. So how do we approach them?
So on the website, so maybe what I can do is I can show you the website, by the way, because so how, no, this is a web presentation, so. So you go to the announcement page, all right? And when you go down, so, well, the announcement page, basically, you have a short introductory text at the top. And the second paragraph says, the official announcement is available at the bottom of the page. And basically, you have some text in between, which is a kind of summary for those who want to have a kind of preview quickly of how things look like. But if you're really interested, you don't even have to go through that, because you have everything in the call announcement, and the only thing which counts in the end is the call announcement. This is the official document. So you download the PDF file here, the call announcement, and you read it carefully. And you also read the national annex. Well, you read the Spanish national annex, but you ask your 2 other partners to carefully read their national annex for their country. Then you have, to facilitate contacts, we have worked together with Graphene and HBP, so I can show them both, on tables. So it might probably look better on the screen of your computer. Maybe in the case of HBP, it's a bit less cluttered. All right. So this is the HBP version. So here you have a table with all the 14, if I remember correctly, the 14 topics and all the sub-projects of HBP. And you have crosses. And we have worked with HBP to decide, well, they have decided where, or, well, we have discussed a bit, but basically they decided where were the connections. And there is a direct link below on their webpage where you have the SP leaders. So you say, I'm mostly interested in topic 5, and topic 5 is, okay, I have to look here. Topic 5 is related to SP 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. But for my given project, it's really related specifically to 3, 4, and 6. So I will contact the SP leaders of 3, 4, and 6, and I will explain. And then they will say things like, oh, this, we have one partner who would be very interested in your project. So you would put into contact with that partner, and then you would discuss with that partner. Either that partner would say, okay, I'm very interested, and anyway, what I already do in the flagship with the core project money is already what you need. We need what you do with new funding and what I do in the core project. So then you just have this partner as mentioned in your proposal that you have discussed and that they will be supporting. And depending on the level of dependence or so the baseline for us is that if a partner's activity is critical for the project, we prefer to have this partner as part of the partnership of the consortium and sign the consortium agreement. If it's very loosely connected, you can just write in one sentence that you have connection. And anything in between, like a letter of commitment that they would provide some data, things like this, it should be proportionate to the fact that your project depends on that partner. So we don't want to see a risk that you highly depend and is not dependable, right? So you have to adjust that. And you can have him ask for funding or not. And the 3-country rule is not a maximum, it's a minimum. So you can have 4, 5. Once again, I don't recommend too many because it can become too complex to manage, but feel free to have a few more than 3. Yes.
I would like to ask you a very related question. Do I correctly understood that that it is recommended before sending proposal, contact leader of the some already operating project, or I am wrong?
No, you're right.
So we should contact leader of the some already operating project for some formal support, or
no?
No,
Not some formal support, for potential cooperation.
for potential cooperation. We
Which
should.
which is not exactly the same.
Yes, I see. So we should look one partner from the present members of the flagship. Yes, present partners of the flagship, perhaps, from people which have at present have flagship projects.
You are encouraged to network with people who are already in the flagship.
Yes. Yes.
And you are not encouraged to just go your own way and wait until you are selected to start discussing with the people in the flagship.
Yes, I see. So it is encourage, include in the list of the project partners some operating project. In principle, member of the some operating project, already operating. Yes.
What do you call operating project?
No, there are operating project. No, present flagship project. Yes.
Okay, so maybe we can talk offline after.
Okay.
That's
nice. Thanks.
You wanted to ask further question?
Yes. In continuation with my question is, once you have contacted and discussed what you intend to do, can they manifest themselves as totally uninterested in the proposal? And in case you don't find anyone suitable in the flagship, you cannot put a name in the proposal. That can happen, of course.
Oh, well, I mean, if no one in the flagship wants to work with a team, that's probably that's something wrong.
Okay.
But I guess that when you go and approach people,
it's because you have a reasonable thing to offer.
I come with my own money to do something which should be of interest to you.
Okay.
Normally, I mean, of course, for example, you should not take those tables as a request to contact 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 4 or 5 sub-project leaders just because you are afraid of missing one. It's not like you should cross tick boxes. You should see that as a hint that those are good contacts, and the goal is not to overwhelm them with calls. The goal is rather to network with 1, 2, 3. Anyway, you can start with 1, and he probably knows the other sub-project quite well, so 1 will also direct you. So, well, you have to learn. And also, because I see Kathleen wanted to react, and I guess that you should also be aware that, so we give direct contact points at the SP level or work package level because we don't want to have the people at the central level bugged too much in a useless fashion. But of course, if you are not completely sure, you can contact Kathleen here, which is one of the persons behind the address which are given like relations@humanbrainproject.eu, and you can contact Anna and Hannah Hellman, who are the persons behind the address we gave in partnership at esf.org or something like this. So there are plenty of entry points, network, and once again, you don't have to enforce things artificially. It's just an offer to take advantage of possibilities. And if that doesn't work, that doesn't work. So you wanted to, that was the point? Yeah, all right. No, yeah.
Just maybe as an addition, in some cases it may be that one of the topics or some of the topics are actually complementary to what is being done in the core. So it's in that sense it's also good to discuss, even if maybe there is no direct possibility to collaborate because the topic has been proposed, because the core at some point the project decided that a topic will not be addressed in the core project, but it can be addressed in the Flagera call. But still, always good idea to get in contact with the work package leader, who can then explain, exactly what is the work which is carried out in the core, and how, and then have a discussion whether there can be a collaboration or a kind of complementary work carried out within the Flagera project.
If I may add something, actually, if you go on the website of the flagship, for example, the Graphene, you will see the description of the work packages, and then you see who is the contact that has been given for a certain topic that you would like to apply for. And then you can go and check on the website and see what they are doing in these work packages and see what is the most relevant work package to your activity, to your research. And it's based on that you have to contact people, not only that they were listed somewhere.
Yes?
Thank you again. A very concrete question. What happens if...
Please speak up.
Yep. I am not sure. What happens if the contact that you have with the flagship are companies that cannot be part of the ERANET, I think, of the ERANET projects? I mean, we have strong contacts with companies that are already working at the flagship, but as I have understood, they are not going or they can't be partners in the Aeronet projects. So is this...
So if let me reformulate the question to make sure I've understood. The question is what happens if your contact is a company which is in a country where it is not eligible for funding?
No. I mean, we are speaking about contacts of people from outside the core group of the flagship, and I think we are talking about research groups. But let's say that the situation is that the contact of several research groups that want to apply for an Aeronet for one of these projects, the contacts in the flagships are companies that are already in the flagships, but not other research projects. In the flagship there are companies, enterprises.
Yeah, in the flagship there are companies, but
Okay.
what I understand, are you in contact with a company which is already in the flagship or another one?
Yeah, with companies already in the flagship.
And so, what is the question?
I mean, is there any, what I have understood is that we shall have a partner in the project that we are going to apply, a partner that is already in the flagship, but I have, what I understand is that the companies cannot be part of this project.
I mean, a company is a partner like any other, except that there might be a bit more issues with competition between companies. So it's even more important to check. But if a company is already in the flagship, I mean, there is no issue. I mean, it's a partner like any other. Another question would be if someone is in contact with a company outside of the flagship and they want to partner with this company for a project in synergy with the flagship, this is even more important to check that it will be welcome in the flagship, because sometimes because of competition, it might be more difficult to integrate compared to a basic research lab. But that's a matter of degree anyway. It's not a big difference. So nothing special here. Okay. So any other question? So it seems that everything is clear now. Let me ask a question in the other direction now that you have a better picture. Who among you confirms they consider preparing a proposal? Who finally thinks they will not submit a proposal? Okay, and the rest doesn't know yet. All right. Well, that gives a flavor. It's interesting. Okay, so I think we are over then. You have seen, so no, there is nothing more to show on the website. Further things will come in the coming days on the website. We'll send emails to the participants so that you are aware. And so that closed the day. I would like to thank a lot the organizers. So Watse, who is really working on that with Severino. Estrella was left, and maybe Watse, who else should we acknowledge for the organization?
Florence also.
And of course, Florence. I was first speaking of the local organizers. No, all right. And then Florence from FNRS for the website preparation. And for the flagship representative for having come and presented, and for all of you for having participated with interest. So good luck with your proposals, and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you for your interest.
because the work here is quite well with mine. I was working. Es muy privado que Solando está ahí justo. But one of my